Hey everyone, welcome to Venture Forward, a video series about overland travel, four-wheel drive exploration, and full-time mobile living. This episode kicks off near Pagosa Springs, Colorado, where my lovely girlfriend Shannon and I enjoy a bite to eat in town, and then we take our Winnebago Revel touring in the neighboring San Juan National Forest. We do some leaf peeping, we find a great dispersed campsite where we park the van for the night, and the next day we go on an incredible hike. If you're curious about any of the places that we go and you'd like to visit them for yourself, I've got my detailed GPS data available to Patreon subscribers. I also have the campsites that I stay at and points of interest available on the Thatch travel app for iOS and Android. I'll put links to Patreon and Thatch in the description for this video. It's not a matter of this hole, aside the fact that we are stuck. Not stuck, but, you know, wheels are spinning.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go park at the trailhead and just walk down the slope.
Okay.
We're off scouting on foot because this trail is riddled with holes like this one that I just don't know if they're too deep for the van or not. It's really hard to say how deep that is, but we're gonna have to keep in mind the exact date and this exact spot, because if you want an idyllic, golden, and blue sky Colorado experience, wow, I've never seen anything like it. It's the weekend, and Shannon's off work, my Jeep is in the shop, so we brought our van, the Winnebago Revel, into San Juan National Forest, and then later in the day we discovered this campsite. Right away we knew that this was where we were going to spend the night. It's a designated dispersed site right against the creek off of a gravel forest road that is easily accessible to the van. There's a picnic table here, a stone fire ring, ample space for multiple vehicles, and right now in mid-October it's vacant, but I imagine during peak season this is probably a pretty popular spot. There's no cell service, too many trees for Starlink, so this is a place to be offline and relax.
No.
My Jeep RNG was in the shop this weekend getting some wear and tear issues addressed. On Monday, they called me and said that it needs new ball joints and driver's side front wheel bearing assembly. They told me that they'd have to order the parts and they'd be able to get to the work later this week. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for my appointment, I'm going to take RNG out to do some exploring in the mountains of southwestern Colorado in San Juan National Forest. Deadfall like that large, it looks like it's been there for a long time, doesn't really bode well for the rest of the trail. It often means that there's going to be more deadfall or debris down the trail, and that the forest road is probably going to end unremarkably. And sometimes the Forest Road Spur terminates in an idyllic mountain clearing, a superb place to pop the camper for the night if I wasn't at 10,000 feet in the Rocky Mountains in October. I am going to spend the night in the Jeep tonight, but not here. I'm going to put a pin in this spot for another time. It looks like this is a small saddle between two mountains, and right off to the side here there's a shallow basin. Here's something. It's an ancient campsite. Doesn't look like it's been used in a long time. I'm backtracking now, but I'm by no means finished exploring this route. About a half-mile back, there's another offshoot to the southwest. And again, it looks to be a Forest Road spur, but it's a little bit longer than this one that I just finished exploring. Alright, I explored the entire route. It was a total of about 3 miles of forest road, and I still have to go back, which is another 2 miles. So I would say a 5-mile out and back if you want to run everything. While this route wasn't extremely technical, I would say that it does require oversized tires, low-range four-wheel drive. There were some narrow sections and tight switchbacks. So I would say a compact to mid-size SUV would be ideal. It was a lovely stroll through the mountains that culminated at some mine ruins, and from those ruins there was a phenomenal view of the valley to the northeast. And aside from the saddle that I ran across earlier, there is one really nice campsite that's tucked away off of a Forest Road spur. That's where I'm at right now. There's an old stone fire ring here with some logs to sit on, enough room for a couple vehicles, but not much in the way of cell service or connectivity. Yeah, I got nothing. Alright, I am going to head back down the mountain and find a place to spend the night at a lower elevation. It'll be a little bit warmer. I'm redeeming myself for last week's lame grilled cheese sandwich. I promise you that this sandwich is much better prepared. Tonight I opted for an official Forest Service campground at a lower elevation. It's not a large campground, but it's nice. There are 6 or 7 sites. It's in the canyon next to the river, so it's well protected from the elements. Every site has a picnic table, a fire ring. There's a vault toilet that's closed for the season. There's also passable cell service on AT&T. I've been able to send messages to Shannon. And right now, off season, it's only $9 per night. I'm really surprised that I'm the only one here, but I'm not complaining. It's probably because the vault toilet's locked. Alright, I'm all bundled up. I've got my 2 sleeping bags. I should be warm tonight in mid-October 2022 in the Rocky Mountains in Colorado's San Juan National Forest. And that is a wrap for this episode. Thank you all for joining us, and tune in next time for more adventure and exploration.